Time is ticking for the 5 families still residing in an Antiguan community set for redevelopment.
The time has come now that we are taking them to court. In fact, the instructions, me, Gaston Brown, I'm the one who has given instructions to take them to court. They have them forcefully removed. They don't have to vote for me. What I know, I'm not going to sit back and allow them to undermine progress in this community. They have to go.
In 2018, the Booby Alley redevelopment project was launched, part of a grant from the People's Republic of China to build 250 homes in Antigua and Barbuda. 50 of those houses are set to be constructed in the Booby Alley area of St. John's, revamping the community by improving the living standards of residents. People already living in Booby Alley were scheduled to have been temporarily relocated, but the project has been stalled for the past 4 years. Some of the over 50 affected residents reportedly feared that they would be displaced altogether. In 2019, attempts to relocate the first family resulted in a major protest as neighbors believed the woman was being forced out of her home by the Antiguan government. The woman ended her resistance months later and was relocated to an area known as Villa. In 2020, Parliament passed a motion giving the government permission to acquire portions of privately owned land in Booby Alley and on neighboring Alfred Street. In 2021, Prime Minister Brown proposed a land swap using vacant plots in the St. John's City West constituency so that government could build more temporary homes under the Booby Alley redevelopment program. In 2022, he announced that Barrymore Hotel on Fort Road was also being refurbished to house the remaining residents. Those still living in the area were warned of impending legal action 3 months ago during the signing of the Booby Alley Housing Project's units agreement between the two governments. At the time, Prime Minister Brown told the non-cooperative residents that they had 2 weeks to relocate.
In the Booby Alley area, for example, we have had residents who have lived there for decades in very squalid conditions, conditions that represent a health hazard to the residents and even a fire hazard based on the close proximity of the properties and the fact too that practically all of the properties were wooden properties.
In early September, he told reporters the remaining residents had agreed to move.
I want to publicly ask those residents to cooperate. They know who they are, but they ought to know that having made this public appeal and they fail to cooperate, then they'll have to face the law and we'll move them forcefully. So this is a final warning. The time has come now that time run out, so they have to move. And I would say within 14 days we want them out. So my instructions to UPS is that those who are not cooperating, one final warning, and if they refuse, let's go to court, get them out. And we want that, I would say, we want it cleared no later than the middle of next month.
As it stands, only 5 families remain in Booby Alley, and Brown has ascribed their recalcitrance to the influence of partisan politics. However, other residents who have been temporarily relocated say they have no issues with their new living arrangements. Some share their thoughts on their relocation with the local media.
It's much better for the accommodation, for the improvement of the living where I will live in to this year.
It's better than when me there Booby Alley, because I have better facilities than Booby Alley. Booby Alley, I'm comfortable, but I'm comfortable down here now.
It's a much better place than Booby Alley actually. Really spacious, clean, the atmosphere is good. So we're really comfortable here.
It's quiet. Better environment for my sons to play. Space-wise, yes, it's good.
Demolition of earmarked homes began in April 2021.